It's your boy Wiener Dog, what's up? So, you feeling lonely? Well, what I really wanted to say was, are you 18, broke, feeling purposeless, without direction? Well, don't worry, because you're not alone. And I wanted to start this video by saying that I was reading this book. I was reading a lot of things, because I don't know why, but recently, my birthday's in December, so like last year, I turned 18, and I started feeling totally hopeless, purposeless, fear. I felt felt really scared, actually, very scared, very scared, because I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. All I knew was that I fucking loved gymnastics. Actually, that's all I knew. That I loved gymnastics. That's what I knew. And I was reading this book called The Male Advantage, right? The Male Advantage. And he points out, it's okay. It's okay to feel like this, to be broke, to be 18, to not have anything, to not have a direction or purpose, right? It's like this quote. It's like this quote I read before. Like, it's not your fault if you're poor. It's your fault if you keep being poor, right? And that's basically what I was gonna say. It's okay if you feel like this. It's your fault if you haven't done anything. Right? Something I would recommend if you want to find yourself. There's nothing to find in yourself. Actually, I rather think it's better for you to define yourself, to define what you like, to define what you are, and stuff like that. But in order to find those deep questions, to like, what am I gonna do? What do I want to do? Like, what type of life do I want to live? Because, for example, for me, ever since I was small, I realized, I didn't want to be part of this rat race. I didn't want to have a 9-to-5 job. I wanted to have freedom and flexibility to basically be myself and do anything I want, right? And have the freedom of like doing anything, I want to do videos of everything. I want to do many things actually, right? It's just my nature. I'm really interested in like multiple things, right? And in order to like find those deep questions, like what am I gonna do? What is my purpose? What is my direction? What do I like? I recommend, just turn everything off. Like, delete social media, delete and isolate yourself from everything, from your phone, from social media. And I would literally say, go to a park or go to, if you can, to a forest and just alone and just sit there and meditate, right? And think, like, what the heck do I like? If the only thing you want to do all the time is swim, what does that tell you about yourself? If the only thing you want to do all the time is lift weights, what does that tell you about yourself? If you're working at this job that you don't like, and you have this feeling that you obviously don't like the job and you would like to quit, right? And punch your boss in the face and do something else with your life, like start a business or YouTube or whatever, what does that tell you about yourself? It's not really hard to like find out, like, but of course, when you're so full of like saturated, like your mind is so saturated and distracted of all this social media and all these types of things, like it's hard to find yourself, of course, because there's too much noise. You need to cut out the noise and listen for the signal. And the signal's gonna take a while. Also, you can like while you're doing that, like if you're young, if you're not young as well, you should try as many things as you can, like how are you gonna find out what you like, who you are, and like everything if you haven't tried out everything? You don't know what your purpose is or your direction in life is, right? Okay, that's fine, but have you tried like every sport? Have you tried every club? Have you done every art? Have you like how can you tell me that like you don't know what you like if you haven't tried everything? Like I don't know what my purpose is. Well, dude, have you like worked out? Like have you tried all those types of like exercises, like all the sports, So yeah, that's something I did actually, and it really helped me find myself. I really love gymnastics. I really love to work out, and I realized from a really young age, then I realized from a really young age that I fucking was not gonna be part of like someone's employee. I'm not an employee, man. I'm an employer. I employ myself. I hate taking orders. Like I absolutely hate taking orders. It's like what is it like? Look like really introspect yourself and think like if I feel like this way ever since I was small, what does that tell me about myself? Oh, that I'm independent. You know, that I would rather be independent, working on my own thing than working on somebody else, right? I'm not really a team player either. You know, I'm more of a solo player. More, I like to get my work done by myself, more than like working in a team. You know, all those things give key to who you are, and that really tells you, oh, wait a minute, maybe this would be ideal for me, or this would be ideal for me, right? You know, you need to sit down in a forest with nothing, and think about like, what do I like? Think about that stuff. Like, if I just want to work out, what does that tell me about myself? If I just want to swim all the time, what does that tell me about myself? Right? Like all these things give clue about who we are, and that gives us a direction. Like, this helps us like build a road, a path, pave our own road, you know, towards like what's something that we want, you know. And then you can start thinking about like, what do I want? What do I want in my life? Like, you should ask yourself that question. Like, what do I want in my life? Do I want? Do I want to keep working for somebody else, or do I want to start my own business? Is there a business I haven't been trying, that I should try, that I've been wanting to try, but just too scared? Go try it, man. Like, there's no consequences if you fail. If you fail, you learn. Damn. Like, dude. Like, as a man, failure is our best ally. The same as solitude. Solitude is our best ally as well. You know, no man should be afraid of like being in silence. Like, you shouldn't be scared of staying in silence either. You know, like, it's pretty easy like to find yourself. Not really find yourself. Like, you just have to pay attention to yourself, and you'll realize that, you know, there's a lot of cues that you give to yourself. Like, I'm an introvert. Why? I decided that people are boring. Most people are boring to me. Like, and that's why I started reading books more than like talking to people, because people say the same shit over and over, and I would rather read a book. What does that tell me about myself? Like, I like reading books. I'm more introverted. I can be extroverted when I want to as well, but I prefer to read books because I love learning. You know, what does that tell me about myself? I love to learn. Like look at the activities you do, the hobbies you do. Like, if I play instruments, I love to play instruments. What does that tell me about myself? If I want to learn music, what does that tell me about myself? So stop being hopeless. It's not that hard. Well, it is hard. Just you just have to have the desire to look for yourself.